Sometimes life happens and you get reminded that there are other things you have to do other than just picking up heavy things and putting them down, and I experienced some of that today. Um, basically, I came into this session unintentionally fasted. Um, I had a presentation in one class, I had a paper in another, and I had a test in another, and so I was pretty much up against the gun here in the morning and did not adequately feed myself to power through this session, and so I was not feeling as good as I wish I would have. But you make do. You see what the issues are, you figure out how to fix them in the future, and you make the most out of what you have. I was still lucky enough to get all the way through the session and get some real work done, so right into the video here. This is 340 for my 5 triples. You see that I'm having a little bit of problem, or I'm struggling a bit with the later reps. I've noticed that when I really start to struggle, you see my knees will shoot in on the bench like that, and I don't know why that is. I think it's me desperately trying to get more leg drive, but I'm a lot more likely to lift my butt when those knees come in, so I've been trying to keep those out. At least in my mind, that's what I'm telling myself I need to do. But I made it through those. They weren't as pretty as I'd like them to look, obviously, but, you know, made do. On to squats. Today's weight was the 555, which, if I would have stayed with the weights that I had originally put in for my training maxes on this training cycle, I would be doing 520 for 5 doubles today, but I did factor in those reps last week when I increased the weight, and so 555 is what I ended up doing. So a 35-pound increase on the anticipated workload, but I figured since these are doubles and I am wrapping, you know, I've done this weight for a 5x5 before, so I felt like it should be alright. First couple of sets I was still a little bit tentative with the weight, still getting used to wrapping my knees, but they did move pretty well. I think that it improves. The biggest problem I was having was with the walkout. I kept running into the rack, and so I'm pretty excited to be able to use a monolift here in a couple of weeks, and not have to worry about that, because it's really throwing me off, especially with the knee wraps, because I'm just less comfortable with the walk back with them on. But moving through these sets pretty well. Someone in my last video, I apologize, I totally forgot your username, but suggested that I wrap higher on my leg, and so, because I'd always just stayed really, really close to the kneecap, but wrapping higher on my quad really made a big difference, and you can see as I started wrapping a little bit higher, the sets just start looking better, in my opinion anyway, and I'm getting more comfortable. It used to be I would wrap my knees and need to squat right away because I would just lose feeling, but I'm adapting to the sensation of having my knees wrapped for a little bit more extended period of time. That's kind of the beauty of the self-wrap, because I have to get my wrist wraps on and my belt on too, as well as chalking my hands. So I'm taking a little bit more time with the wraps on, and I feel like that's going to be better in the long run when I get to the meet. There will be less that can go wrong with timing and stuff like that. So on this last set, I had some buddies come over and spot me. I told them the first 2 are what I need to do and everything else is extra credit. And so, granted, these aren't the most beautiful squats that I've ever performed, but considering how I was feeling on the day, you know, remember again, I'm basically training fasted right now, and just not ideal conditions. But I made the most of it. And I would say the first 6 reps didn't make me cringe when I watched the video. The 7th rep is pretty terribly high, but I stopped it there because I told myself, man, that even felt really high, and if I was to do one more, it would just be pointless. But 555 for 7 is definitely a PR. The most I'd ever done it for was the sets of 5 that I did during small ob, so one more decent rep and then one crappy rep on top of that. I got some good work in today. moved back to the bench. I had 300 I did 3 sets of 5 here, and I don't know, felt less sore on these. I guess the squats kind of opened me up a little bit more, but still not feeling incredibly strong on this second round of benching. Had to leave right afterwards. I've got a music rehearsal for my a cappella group, but I will be going in to help a buddy later tonight. He's doing the same meet as I, and so I'm gonna try to help him out a little bit with his squatting coming in. So I'll probably do a little bit of accessory work when I get back in there. But other than that, felt good about the session. Still have a lot further to go, but I'm excited to see how it goes. And next session up is going to be bench and some deadlifting, so I'm looking forward to that. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, rating, or share it with your friends. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. I'd love to have you along for the journey, because it's counting down to the day before the big meet, and it'd be really cool to have some more people following along. So thanks again, and I will talk to you on Thursday.